Your chickens are getting sick. You're spending money on antibiotics. And the crazy part, you might be one kitchen ingredient away from never needing them again. Most backyard chicken keepers are one bad season away from losing half their flock. Not because they're careless, but because nobody told them that the real immune system of a chicken isn't built in a vet's office. It's built every single day in the coop with things you probably already have at home. And before we go any further, if you want to raise healthier, stronger, more productive birds using nothing but natural methods, hit that subscribe button right now. Because this channel is exactly where you need to be. Here's what we're covering today. 12 things you can start doing this week that work together like a complete immune system protocol. A natural vaccine, if you will, for your flock. No chemicals, no prescriptions. Just biology working the way it was designed to. But here's the big question I want you to hold on to until the very end of this video. What's the single most overlooked cause of immune collapse in backyard chickens? And it has nothing to do with food, water, or disease. And I'll tell you exactly what it is before we're done. And when you hear it, it's going to completely change how you think about your flock. Let's get into it. Let me ask you something. If I told you there was a substance that kills internal parasites, boosts white blood cell production, and acts as a natural antibiotic, all at once, would you believe it costs less than $1? Most people think garlic is just a cooking ingredient, but in the world of poultry keeping, it functions more like a bodyguard that never clocks out. Here's what happens inside your chicken when it doesn't get enough immune support. Parasites take hold slowly, quietly. By the time you notice something's wrong, lethargy, pale comb, dropping egg production, the damage is already done. The problem started weeks before the symptoms showed up. Garlic works differently. It doesn't wait for infection. It creates an internal environment where parasites and harmful bacteria simply struggle to survive. The method is simple. Crush a few fresh garlic cloves and let them soak in 1 liter of water overnight. That's it. The next morning, that water goes in the drinkers. Do this twice a week, and you're giving your birds a consistent internal defense system. Not a reaction to sickness, but a prevention of it. Fresh garlic, not powder, not processed. The raw crushed form is where the active compounds live. Coming up, we're going to talk about something that most chicken keepers completely ignore until their birds are already wheezing. And by then, it's a lot harder to fix. Chickens breathe in everything that's in their environment. Dust, mold spores, ammonia from waste, cold air, damp air. Their respiratory system takes a beating every single day. And here's the problem. Respiratory illness in chickens spreads fast. One bird starts making a rattling sound, and within days you've got a flock-wide issue. By the time you're treating it, you've already lost time, money, and possibly birds. There's an herb that works as a natural lung antiseptic. It's been studied for its antimicrobial properties and used in poultry farming in multiple countries as an alternative to chemical respiratory treatments. Oregano, fresh or dried, contains compounds that act almost like a natural disinfectant for the airways. You can mix it directly into their feed, or you can steep it in warm water and offer it as a drink. Either way, it helps keep the respiratory tract clear, especially during weather changes when chickens are most vulnerable. Think of it as the thing that protects them before the cold front rolls in, not after they're already struggling to breathe. Keep this in mind as we move forward, because the next thing we cover deals with something that happens on the inside of every single bird in your flock right now, whether you're paying attention to it or not. About 70% of the immune system lives in the gut. That's not just true for humans, it's true for chickens. And most backyard flocks have a gut environment that's working against them without their keeper ever knowing it. When the gut pH is off, bad bacteria thrive. Digestion becomes inefficient. Nutrients from feed don't absorb properly. The bird eats, but isn't actually getting what it needs. And because it's a slow, invisible process, Most people never connect the dots between a gut problem and a sick bird. This is where apple cider vinegar comes in. But there's a critical detail most people get wrong. It has to be raw, unfiltered, organic apple cider vinegar, the kind with the murky sediment at the bottom. That sediment, called the mother, is where the beneficial bacteria and enzymes live. The clear, filtered kind, it won't give you the same results. Add 1 teaspoon per liter of water. That's the dose. More is not better here. You're looking to balance the gut environment, not overwhelm it. One more thing. Never put ACV in metal drinkers. The acidity will react with the metal and create a problem you definitely don't want your birds drinking. Stick to plastic or clay. Do this a couple of times a week and you're actively maintaining the gut health of every bird that drinks it. Quietly, consistently, without any drama. And speaking of maintenance, the next segment is about something your chickens are desperately trying to do for themselves, if only you'd let them. Have you ever watched a chicken throw itself on the ground and start rolling around in dirt? It looks ridiculous. It's actually brilliant. Dust bathing is one of the most important health behaviors a chicken engages in. It's not play, it's not boredom, it's instinct-driven parasite management. When a chicken rolls in dry dust and ash, it coats its feathers and skin in fine particles that smother and kill external parasites. Mites, lice, and other insects that would otherwise take up permanent residence in the flock. When chickens don't have access to a proper dust bath, parasites win. And external parasites do more than cause irritation. They drain energy, disrupt sleep, reduce egg production, and suppress immune function. Here's how to set up the ideal dust bath. Find a shaded, dry corner and fill a container, or just a section of the run, with a mixture of coarse sand, wood ash, and a small amount of food-grade diatomaceous earth. The diatomaceous earth is the key addition. It's a fine powder made from fossilized algae that physically damages the exoskeleton of parasites without any chemicals. Give them the space and the materials. They'll do the rest. But here's something that almost nobody talks about when it comes to chicken health. And it might be the most underestimated factor of all. We'll get to that big reveal at the end. First, though, let's talk about something that's killing your birds silently from the outside in. Here's a question. Can stress make a chicken sick? Not figuratively, literally, biologically. When a chicken experiences chronic stress, a barking dog outside the coop, loud machinery, kids chasing them around, unpredictable routines, their body releases cortisol. And cortisol, just like in humans, suppresses immune function. A stressed flock is a vulnerable flock. This shows up in measurable ways. Egg production drops. Birds become more susceptible to infections they would otherwise fight off. And if a hen can't find a quiet, dark, private space to lay, she holds the egg. That leads to health complications that have nothing to do with disease. The fix isn't complicated. It's about environment. Consistent routines, protection from unpredictable disturbances, nesting boxes that are dark, quiet, and private, predator proofing that actually holds so the birds aren't in a state of low-grade fear every night. A calm flock is a healthy flock. That's not poetic, it's physiology. Now, what if I told you there's a completely free source of nutrition and disease prevention available every single day, and many keepers accidentally block their birds from accessing it? Sunlight does 2 things for chickens that nothing else can replicate. First, it triggers the production of vitamin D, which is essential for calcium absorption, bone strength, eggshell quality, and immune regulation. Chickens raised in permanent shade or confinement develop thin eggshells, weak bones, and pale combs. They're not sick with a named disease. They're just slowly depleted. Second, natural UV light sanitizes. It kills pathogens on feathers, in the soil, on surfaces. A coop that gets regular sunlight exposure is biologically cleaner than one that doesn't. regardless of how often you clean it. The solution is straightforward. Allow your birds daily access to sunlight, or at minimum ensure that direct sunlight enters their housing space for part of the day. If your coop is under permanent cover or in a heavily shaded area, that's worth fixing. This costs nothing. The return on it is enormous. All right, let's talk about something that nobody brags about, but everyone needs to get right, because the mistakes here can undo everything else you're doing. If you only did one thing on this entire list, this would be it. Water is the vehicle for almost every bodily function: digestion, temperature regulation, immune response, organ function. And contaminated water is one of the fastest routes to a sick flock. Here's what happens in a neglected drinker. Algae forms within days in warm weather. Bacteria multiply. Biofilm builds up along the walls. A chicken drinking from that water isn't just getting water, it's getting a consistent dose of pathogens. Every single drink, every single day. The standard: scrub drinkers daily with a brush and a splash of apple cider vinegar. Rinse thoroughly. Refill with clean, cool water. Position drinkers out of direct sunlight. Warm water breeds bacteria faster and is less appealing to birds, meaning they drink less, which leads to dehydration, which leads to a cascade of health issues. Clean water isn't glamorous, but it is the non-negotiable foundation that everything else is built on. Coming up, one of the most visible signs of chicken health that most keepers either ignore or don't know how to read. It literally tells you whether your birds are thriving or just surviving. Crack open an egg from a chicken-fed-only commercial grain. The yolk is pale yellow, almost anemic looking. Now crack open an egg from a chicken with access to fresh greens, herbs, and living plants. The yolk is deep orange, borderline red. That color difference isn't cosmetic. It's a direct reflection of carotenoid levels, which signal vitamin A, antioxidant capacity, and overall nutritional density. The yolk is a health report card, and it doesn't lie. Grain alone is not a complete diet. Chickens evolve foraging through pasture, eating insects, seeds, grasses, and a wide variety of plant matter. When we confine them to a run and feed them only formulated pellets, we're giving them calories without the full nutritional spectrum their immune system needs. The fix is easy. Toss in handfuls of fresh herbs: parsley, basil, mint, oregano, dandelion greens. Let them forage through kitchen vegetable scraps. Grow a small patch of grass inside or just outside the run and rotate access to it. Watch what happens to those yolks. And then think about what that same change is doing inside the bird that you can't see. During extreme heat or during molting season, when a chicken is regrowing its feathers, the body is under significant physiological stress. Circulation slows. The immune system diverts resources. This is when secondary infections love to move in. Red onion is a surprisingly effective circulatory booster. It contains quercetin, a natural flavonoid with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that supports blood flow and helps clear the circulatory system of inflammatory compounds. The method: finely chop half a red onion and offer it to the flock once every 15 days. This isn't a daily supplement, it's a periodic tune-up, especially valuable during summer heat or molting periods. One caution: don't overdo it. Small amounts as a periodic offering is the goal. This isn't something to add to daily feed in large quantities, but there's something that goes on inside the coop itself, inside the air your birds breathe every night, that may be doing more damage than anything they eat or drink. And we need to talk about it. Ammonia is invisible. You might smell it when you walk into a coop, and if you do, your chickens are breathing it 24 hours a day. Ammonia gas is a respiratory toxin. At even low concentrations, it damages the delicate mucous membranes lining a chicken's airways. the exact membranes that serve as the first line of defense against airborne pathogens. A chicken breathing ammonia every night is a chicken with a compromised respiratory immune system, regardless of how many herbs you give it during the day. The source is wet, decomposing litter. The fix is dry, fresh bedding. Whether you use straw, wood shavings, or rice hulls, the goal is always dry. Spot clean wet areas regularly. Do full litter changes before the smell becomes noticeable. And here's a bonus. Scatter dried mint or lavender through the bedding. Both have natural antimicrobial properties and act as insect deterrents, and they make the coop significantly more pleasant to work in. Dry bedding isn't just about comfort, it's a daily respiratory health intervention. Every experienced keeper will tell you the same thing. The bird that's about to get seriously sick usually shows you signs 24 to 48 hours before the illness is obvious. It stands apart from the flock. It's a little quieter than normal. Its posture is slightly off. Feathers fluffed when the others aren't. It's eating less or moving slower. These are tiny signals, easy to miss if you're rushing through feeding and moving on with your day. 5 minutes. That's all this takes. Stand at the edge of the coop or run quietly and just observe. You're looking for who's not doing what everyone else is doing. You're looking for the outlier. Catching a problem at day 1 versus day 3 is the difference between a simple intervention and an expensive, stressful crisis. Most losses in backyard flocks aren't from unpreventable diseases. They're from things that were detectable early and weren't caught in time. Build the habit, it costs nothing. Now, we're almost at the big reveal, but first there's one final piece of the system that ties everything together. Without it, everything else we've covered is just a collection of random tips. Here's the hard truth about everything we've covered today. None of it works if you do it once. Garlic water twice a week doesn't build immunity if you remember it once a month. Clean drinkers don't protect your flock if they're only scrubbed when you notice a problem. Dust baths don't help birds that only get access to them occasionally. What we're talking about isn't a collection of remedies. It's a protocol, a rhythm, a weekly operating system for your flock's health. Here's a simple structure that works. Monday, garlic water in the drinkers. Wednesday, apple cider vinegar in the water. Saturday, full coop inspection, bedding check, drinker scrub, dust bath refresh, 5-minute observation. Once every 15 days, red onion, finely chopped, offered to the flock. That's it. Written down, it takes up half a note card. Executed consistently, it transforms the health of your flock over months, not through any single miracle ingredient, but through the compounding effect of a maintained, functional immune system. These aren't treatments. They're prevention. And prevention only works when it happens before the problem, not after. So here's the answer to the question I asked at the beginning. The single most overlooked cause of immune collapse in backyard chickens, the one that has nothing to do with food, water, or disease, is chronic, low-level stress. Not a dramatic event, not a predator attack or a flood, just the constant daily background noise of an environment that never fully feels safe. A coop that isn't secure, a routine that's never predictable, noise, disruption, and crowding that keeps the nervous system of every bird in your flock permanently activated. And here's why that matters. You can give them perfect water, perfect herbs, perfect bedding, but if their cortisol is chronically elevated, their immune system will always be running at a fraction of its potential. The biology is non-negotiable. The natural vaccine isn't a single ingredient, it's an environment. It's a rhythm. It's a keeper who pays attention. Now I want to hear from you, because this is where it gets interesting. Which of these 12 things have you actually tried with your flock? And which one gave you the result that surprised you the most?